Hello, in this video, we're going to look at time entry in Tempora and completing a timesheet. The first thing we're going to do is add some items to our timesheet, and we can do this in 3 different ways. The first way is by clicking the search button. Here we can enter a search term and click search to see the results for that search term. We're going to select an item by clicking it and clicking select. This opens the item we've selected in the add to timesheet box. We can choose the day that we would like to record time for. We're going to say Monday. We can select the amount of hours we'd like to record. We're going to select 1, and we can select the number of units we'd like to record. I'm going to select 0. Here we can add a note. As an example, I'm just going to put note. We'll click add to add this item to our timesheet. The second way we can add an item to our timesheet is by clicking add task. Here we can see the add to timesheet box that we saw previously, and we can select a client, project, and activity. Please be aware that your company may use different names, but client, project, and activity are the most common. We'll select the client, and here we can filter the results by adding a filter. I'm going to select Abacus Design. I'm going to select a project, and I'm going to select an activity. You may notice these items appear in purple, whereas the previous items appeared in grey. Purple items are time recording levels, and you can add time directly to them, whereas grey items are container items. You'll need to select a purple item to enable these boxes for time recording. This time we're going to add it as a blank row without selecting any of these items. The last way we can add an item to our timesheet is by using the left-hand menu. We're going to open the left-hand menu by clicking the arrow to expand it, select the item we'd like to record time for, select the project that we'd like to record time for, and select the activity. We can add the item to the timesheet by clicking Add Task. You may notice adding an item from the left-hand menu uses the Add Task button. If the menu is open, the item will be added to the timesheet, and if the menu is closed, clicking Add Task will open the drop-down selection that we saw earlier. With items in our timesheet, we can record time for them. I'm going to add 1 hour, 2 hours, and 3 hours, and click Save. You'll see the day total is updated here, and our weekly requirement is updated here. This configuration of Tempora uses hours to the nearest quarter, and that's the most common time entry method. We can use quarter of an hour units. I'll change this 1 to 1.25. That's an hour and 15 minutes. 2 to 2.5. That's 2.5 hours. And 3 to 3.75. That's 3 hours and 45 minutes. Again, I'll click Save, and my day total is updated here, and my weekly requirements updated here. If I wish to, I can record a note for a time entry item by selecting it and clicking Notes. And as another example of adding a note, I'm going to put Note again and click OK. Now you may notice that the 2 items that contain a note are both in orange. That indicates that there's a note attached to those time entries, and if we hover our cursor over it, we get a dialog box showing us the note. We're now going to add time to our timesheet to meet our minimum required hours. Now we've met our minimum required hours, you can see the post button has become available. We'll come back to that shortly. With our minimum required hours met, this box is now turned into a green color, indicating that we've met our minimum required hours, but we can also exceed our minimum required hours. I'll do this by adding a value and clicking Save. If you have a large timesheet, you can also filter the items displayed by adding a term to this Filter Activities box. I'm going to put in lock, and you'll see We now only have the result displayed for locksmith, as no other items match the term log. We can remove this filter by either deleting the text or clicking the blue X button. As we've met or exceeded our required hours for the week, we'll post this timesheet. Posting a timesheet locks the timesheet, marking it as complete, and you'll no longer be able to make any additional changes. We'll click Post. This opens the post confirmation box, and we'll click Confirm to post the timesheet. You can see the timesheet is posted, indicated here, with a timestamp. Next time you log into Tempora, you'll automatically be taken to the most recent incomplete week, and you can manually select weeks either by using the backwards and forwards buttons to select previous and future weeks, or by selecting a week in the calendar selection. I'm going to select the next week. You can see we have a new week to complete in Tempora, and we also have this week populated with some items. Tempora will automatically populate a timesheet with any items you've recorded time for within the last 2 weeks. You can record time, as we saw previously, by clicking in the boxes. You can add new items by using the search button, the add task button, or the left-hand side menu. And you can also remove items from the timesheet by clicking the delete button. Confirm that you would like to delete the item, and the item is removed. If you have any questions about time entry in Tempora, you can click the support button in the top right to contact our team for assistance.